Should be live on YouTube at this Facebook. Yeah, we already live on. Get it connected to Twitch automatically. Going live on the. All right, peace, peace. What up, fam? I go by the name of DJ 912 with my co-host.
Yo, 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 it's your boy DJ Schmicky Smurf, aka Jay Gossett. You heard me?
Hey man, so we gonna talk about this Nick Cannon situation.
Nah, it's Nick Entanglement. Never stop laughing.
No, what the? It's a special edition, man. We usually don't come on during the week, bro, but we in here, man. Shouts out to everybody on all our platforms. We live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at this point. But shouts out to everybody on there, man. Y'all tune in, hit that like button, follow, and do what you do on each platform, man. Cause we're gonna be here every week. Every Sunday is the normal time. Then we're gonna do 7 p.m. again this Sunday, so that might be our new standard time. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, man, we finna get into it. And what we talking about tonight is Nick Cannon, man. So if y'all been under a rock and y'all don't know, Nick Cannon has a podcast. I don't know if a lot of people know about the podcast, but he has a podcast called Cannon's Class. And last year he released the whole season. I think it's like 7 or 8 videos that each like an hour and a half long. Great discussions and great topics on there. He done everybody from Dr. Carr, which is a Howard University professor, to KRS-One. And he just released this new season. And the new season has got him in trouble already. And what the trouble was they saying Nick Cannon is anti-Semitic. Now, before they took this video down, I did have the pleasure of watching it, and I actually enjoyed the conversation and the dialogue that they had between Nick Cannon and Professor Griff. Y'all guys don't know who Professor Griff is. Professor Griff first hit the scene large to the world eyes with this group called Public Enemy. If you don't know what Public Enemy is or who Public Enemy is, you gotta Google Public Enemy. But
Fight the power.
Yeah, those
Fight
people. So we got Chuck D and Flavor Flav on
Yep.
Public Enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And in Public Enemy they had a I forgot what Professor Griff titles was, but he was pretty much like the dude with the movements. So when you seen Professor Griff them on stage, Professor Griff them was pretty much the choreograph, but they was using like moves from the FOI Fruit Islam. So anyway, Professor Griff got kicked out of Public Enemy for him saying some stuff on an interview, and they also called Professor Griff anti-Semitic. Now, fast forward to present day time, this is what Nick Cannon and Professor Griff was talking about on his podcast, Cannon's Class. The video has been taken down at this point in time. But also, they discussed and said, Professor Griff said in these exact words, "Hey brother, how you keep getting to do what you doing? And you speaking the truth and everything. I just want to know how you keep getting to do it." Then they went on, and the comment that got him in trouble, I think, was pretty much when he was saying white people are savages and all these other things and how they took over the world.
He instead of saying white people, he was saying in ancient times, from them coming from a harsh environment,
Yeah.
that led them to be more savage in their behavior, more brutal, more oppressive, because they come from little resources. You feel what I'm saying?
So we gonna have a little class, man, because I thought that would be perfect for us so people can understand what Nick is talking about. If y'all don't understand what he's talking about, I mean, we've been on the knowledge for a minute, so it's kind of, we understand what he was saying, but for those that don't understand what he's saying, I'm gonna let you break it down and let me share this Facebook stream real quick, so you can go ahead and break it down. About the you know what I'm saying, from the Jewish standpoint, where he was talking about how white people was in caves and stuff like that.
I mean,
the Caucasus Mountains thing.
Yeah, now he was speaking from the narrative of the story of Yaqub. That's a prominent Islamic story of the scientist that supposedly was the, I guess you would say, the forefather and the creator of what we consider the Caucasian race. You feel me? It's not, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a recognized story by everyone in the religious community or even the scientific community, but it is a story out there. So he was speaking more of a biblical type of rhetoric when he was saying it. But to get to the point to where I guess white people felt offended, because really the white people part really wasn't what hurt him. Because most white people, if you ask them, okay, you know what I'm saying, how harsh your ancestors lived back in the caves of the Caucasus, you know what I'm saying, the cold environment, the harsh environment, less sunlight, less resources. Y'all had to fight harder. Y'all had to be more brutal with your behavior in order to compensate for the lack of resources, which in turn probably led to the type of brutal behavior that we may see today. That's not nothing that's someone can find disrespectful. It's just, you know what I'm saying, observing the behavior of what could occur, whether he was right or wrong. You feel what I'm saying? It's not anything to destroy him, make him seem like he's being racist. It's just what it is. The same way if you turn to Fox News and Fox News puts the narrative of black people in the ghetto acting savage and, you know what I'm saying, brutal because we are in an environment of less resources. We deprived, so we tend to prey on each other and we tend to act more brutal in nature. It's the same thing.
That's a great analogy, bro, for real.
Yeah, he was speaking on a historical standpoint from ancient times. He's not necessarily saying, okay, all white people today are. He's just saying this could lead through their lineage. That behavior could come in fruition today because that was their inception, which is fact. That's scientific fact. That's not a lie. But the Jewish part, that's what really got him. And he, in my opinion, was not wrong in that because they were saying, okay, he was being anti-Semitic. When all he said was basically black people, especially black people in America, through biblical rhetoric, biblical references, and if we was to go by geographic references, if you look at the landscape of where the supposed Jews of ancient times were inhabited, the only people you can honestly say that was in those areas was either African people or Middle Eastern people. But if we come today, we see more white people claiming to be those people of those ancient times in those areas when we know that if we was to reference in ancient times that area, more than likely it would have been a black group of people or a Middle Eastern looking group of people.
It was black too, though.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's all he was saying. We have a claim to that
title.
lineage. Yeah, that title, just like they do.
What I wanted to do, man, I wanted to find some video clips and show them to y'all because it can be proven with ease. National Geographic came out with a study and said that the only 100% human race on the planet is black people. So even when he was referring to them as being cave-like or Neanderthal in scientific terms, white people generally have the Neanderthal skull. So I don't get everything that Nick said can be researched, found, and facted. You know what I'm saying? So when he speaks this truth, I'm sitting here looking like, oh, that's dope that they actually even had this conversation on a main platform like this. You know what I mean? And to me, it wasn't hate speech because I think we as black people can say what hate speech is because we have historically been hated on the longest in the world history, point blank, period. When it comes to 1,800 years of enslavement with the Islam, when it comes to 400 or 500 years of oppression with Christianity people, if you want to call it that, like we suffered the longest. So for me, I'm like, well, what did he say wrong? Because he said, you know, I'm not being hateful, I'm not being this, but we just stating from historical facts. And if you look back, white people historically in the world, they've got rid of whole entire cultures of people from the short people in is it Greenland, Ireland, wherever they get the leprechaun bull crap from.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh man, what's the name of
I
those
know
people?
I know Tasmania, they wiped out
Yeah, they
that whole
wiped out Tasmania. That was gonna be the second one. But the short people, that's why you get the leprechaun, because they wiped out an entire race of people in I think it was Ireland or Greenland or whatever. And they wore green all the time. Like that was their tribe's like signature color or whatever. But I said all that to say this. He gave historical facts and we can prove. So like you said, it might have not have been that topic with the white people that got him in trouble. But when he started saying that we were the original Jews, and there's also been a study even in the Jewish community. If y'all dig down deep enough, I wish I could find that video off the top of my head and share the link. But it's a video out there that they said, the Jews have a certain type of DNA, and they went back and went to Africa and said, and cause these African peoples was practicing the Jewish religion. Excuse me. And that the black people had the DNA, and the white people that was practicing the Jewish religion didn't have the DNA to even become the Jewish rabbis or whatever it was. So I'm just like, man, at the end of the day, bro, like, why y'all mad? Like, and I think that's because he's lifting the veil of the lie, so to speak. You know what I mean? He's lifting that veil of the biggest lie, and biggest lie ever told, it wasn't who we were, but we are who we are. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it like that. But
Let me ask you a question, bro.
uh-huh.
The Jewish people,
Uh-huh.
are they? Because like, it's kind of confusing, like when you say Jews, when people say Jews, because you have different races a part of the Jewish community. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's Jews. It seems like they always tend to tie in Jews as their own race of people outside of black, white, Hispanic,
Yeah.
Chinese. Like they, it seems like the narrative is Jewish people are their own subgroup race of people. When I'm like, well, damn, you got Asian Jews, you have African Jews, you have different races that's supposedly part of the Jewish community, but you have the white Jews that somewhat separate themselves as their own race of Jews, and everybody else, they depict everybody else as the converts. So are Jewish people a race of people, or are they just another subgroup of the Jewish faith?
I like the way you describe and put that, and what I think is, I think they're tying the Jewish community. I think they're tying that strictly to the Holocaust. And I'm not saying like it didn't happen or exist, but when I think of them saying that, that's one of the first things that I think of them actually. Chat boxes. That's one thing that I think of them actually that's what they're tying it to, and that's what they're referring to. You know what I mean? So when they say anti-Semitic or Jewish, hatred or whatever, I think they're tying it to the Hitler Holocaust situation. Because I was watching DJ Vlad talk to Charlamagne the God and Angela Yee, and I didn't know DJ Vlad said he was Jewish too, and he had like 9 aunties and uncles get killed in the Holocaust, and he said he was gonna hold off his comments until he actually have a conversation with Nick, but which I felt like was cool too. But I think that's what they tying that. That's what they tying that to. What up, LJ LaSpart? I think that's what they tying it to. I think they're looking at it like, you know what I'm saying? We talking about these groups of people, or they're talking about the people that was affected within the Holocaust is what I'm getting to. But with that even being said, why haven't it been a precedent set for black folks like that? Because we've had a Holocaust as well. So when y'all talk bad about black people, y'all just like y'all okay, just okay, take it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But and I think it just have a lot to do with the money. You know what I mean? Like, because and to be honest, Jewish people finance the daggum slave trade. So like,
and the Holocaust.
I don't know about that one now.
So there were certain Jewish investors that had money tied into the railways and the metal that was used to build the concentration camps. Like there was like some prominent people that were supposedly of the Jewish faith that had money tied into that.
Wow.
I can't get there. I can't think of the names off the top of my head right now, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, there was most definitely Jewish money involved in that.
Dang, I did not know that.
Yes, Hitler was a Jew. He was part Jewish.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying?
That just blew my mind.
Yeah, he was
Like that.
part Jewish. I believe his mother was Jewish.
Oh man. What about the black Chinese? Aren't there black Chinese in China or none right now?
Yeah, that black Chinese.
Yeah, they black Chinese in China, but they again, you know, a lot of people said those are the people that's in the back. Even when you go to Australia, original Aborigines over there, they're also in the back. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. But they're not in downtown main city something. You know what I'm saying? They out in the country part. But yeah, man. Like to me, I think it's just a game of power, man. Because once we get that power and we start making those demands, you can't say this, you can't act like this around black people, then a lot of white people are going to be put on notice immediately. And I think it should happen in that manner or in that way. Um, it's just crazy, man. Like I'm smarter than the average bear. Uh, it's just crazy how people view that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the fact that you even brought it up, I wasn't even thinking about it till you brought that up. So
Think about
yeah,
part.
about when they speaking on Jewish people, like who are they actually referring to? Like I feel like they're just referring to
The Holocaust
the
victim.
Holocaust people. But I mean, like, I don't, and then again too, it might that you ask that question, it might be set up like when we talk about Christians, we have the Pentecostal, we have the Baptist, we have the da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Islam. You got the Sunni Muslims, the Shiite Muslims, the da 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 this and da 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 that. So it might be set up like that. So
And so it's like, okay, that was Nick's whole point. Bloodline, lineage wise, black people, we have just as much of a claim to the Jewish faith, or like I said, it seems like they moving like they're their own race. We have
yeah,
just as much claim to that as they do. So how is that anti-Semitic, especially since you have other people that are claiming to be Jews that are not I guess the phenotypical white Jewish person? Why do the white Jewish people feel like they can only set claim to that blood lineage of that Jewish faith?
and
Why
that's
they,
the,
Mhm.
that's the, I get you on that. That's the thing that I ain't mean to cut you off either, man. But that's the thing that Nick broke down as well, and that's why I kind of felt like it was weird that y'all putting, you know what I'm saying, that clip in perspective, because he said before that clip, and I wish I could have, you know what I'm saying, pulled that video up, but they done took it down. I can play clips of what they was talking about, but he said anti-Semitic meaning you're anti pretty much black. And they broke it down why that statement was like that before they even got into where people were saying, you know what I'm saying, he's being anti-Semitic. So I'm like, how did y'all skip over a whole part where he broke down what Semitic people were? Like what I was like, what did I miss? He broke it down leading up to that point. So why are y'all confused, or why are y'all mad at this man for even saying that? You know what I mean? And I'm gonna pull the video clip up so you know what I'm saying, y'all can have a reference if y'all haven't heard it. But
End of the day, bro, it's a, how can I put it? It's a situation of, nigga, you better shut your ass up. You feel me? Because we said so. We don't care. We don't care what you brought up. We don't care what you feel like. Even if you have evidence to prove your point, at the end of the day, we own this shit that you speaking on. Yeah, we let you use it, and you know what I'm saying, put your influence out there. But at the end of the day, we have money tied into this, and we don't want you to somewhat undermine who we are as a people. Because even though he's not undermining them, in their mind, they feel like he's undermining them from doing that. Because now it's like, okay, that whole Jewish ethnicity, now you have to share the power and wealth that comes with it. They don't want to do that. Let's just keep it above. They don't want to share that power and influence that comes with that. That I guess that you could say they created. You feel what I'm saying? But Nick Cannon is saying we can't be anti-Semitic when we are Semitic too. You feel me? And if they go by, you know what I'm saying, their faith on bringing that people in, people can convert, and then you paying homage and love to anybody that's Jewish, then there was no reason for them to say that he was being anti-Semitic by that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Unless you just want to just go ahead and shut him up.
I think that's what it, and to me, I think that's what it was, to be honest. It's like, he said what he said, but also in that interview with Professor Griff, he also said that when you say certain things, that's when you get took off the board. You know what I'm saying? You're only allowed to make so much money. You're only allowed to do this. And in that episode, Professor Griff was like, "Whatever you doing, let me know, brother, so I can keep getting money like you getting money." You know what I mean? And Nick was like, "I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just speaking the truth now. Now that I know." And like we said, you know, Nick Cannon is like a couple weeks away from a PhD degree, and he's going to Howard University. So the more he be coming on the information, Nick been walking in stride. You know what I mean? Even when he picked up the Dr. Sebi documentary from Nip. So when it come to this point, it was like, you know, once you say so much, they're gonna knock you off. They're gonna take you off TV. And it was like, nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like they predicted it in a, like, so up front. This is why I don't get with Viacom CBS why they fired the man. To me, Wild 'N Out is the only thing that's carrying that brand right now.
Facts.
For me, period. Because I don't see any other TV, any other shows being shared as much with the MTV logo on it or any of that. So if you watch the whole interview in detail, they said what was gonna happen and how it was gonna happen. Boom, as soon as y'all get that one clip, like we said, perception is everything. They post that clip, fired Nick, boom, off muscle. At first, because Nick said he wasn't gonna apologize. And when Nick said he wasn't gonna apologize, that's when they kicked him off. But Nick did issue an apology, I think today. And he still is on. He's still hosting and producing The Masked Singer, which is carried by the Fox network. So a lot of people don't get what the apology for, and I know that's one thing that you had something to say about too. Oh, here you go.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. My shorty had a good point. Oh, I can hear it. Would you go ahead
All
and play
right,
it?
all right. I'm gonna play the. Oh no, that's the one with him and Reason. That's the one with him and Reason. Go ahead, bro.
But I was saying, man, my shorty said that she was like, uh, his apology was, she felt like his apology was more for the people that worked around him and under him, because financially he may be straight,
But they ain't.
but
Yeah,
a lot of people who was depending on Wild 'N Out to feed themselves and take care of home lost their jobs because of that.
yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I was like, damn.
I'm finna pull up his Facebook page because I think that's where he issued the original statement to, as well. But like I said too, man. Like I didn't see this gonna be my first time actually looking at it. And he still got the radio show and stuff going on too. So yesterday at 4:35 a.m. 7 hours ago, morning radio family, I decided to take some time away from my radio show so I can commit myself to deeper more more thorough reflection and education, I will use this time to establish an action plan towards real, impactful change and advocacy aimed at bringing people together. I continue to express my gratitude to rabbis, community leaders, and institutions who have reached out to me to help enlighten me. Their input and friendship will help me as I further commit myself to more profound learning and towards strengthening the bond between the Black and Jewish cultures every day going forward.
That was Nick Cannon's statement.
Yeah, that was 7 hours ago. Converse with Rabbi. All right, 21 hours ago it said I just had the blessed opportunity to converse with the Rabbi Abram Cooper, director of Global Social Action.
Global social action.
Yeah.
Let's
Hold up. That's his however to get in contact with him is Ed thing. My first words to my brother was I apologize for the hurt I caused the Jewish community. On my podcast, I use words and reference literature I assume to be factual to uplift my community, but instead turned out to be hateful propaganda and stereotypical rhetoric that pained another community. For this, I am deeply sorry, but now together we can write a new chapter of healing. Still don't get it. Like,
because it's baffling because, bro, you didn't say nothing wrong, my brother.
I'm gonna issue this statement, man. Like for me, and I know that people I deal with in close connection, man. Can somebody, rabbi, Jewish leader, whomever, get in contact with us and explain to us exactly what was said that was so wrong and hurtful? Because once again, like Nick Cannon said in this statement too, the books that he's read and the information that he's came across, he thought it was factual. So what was not factual about it? And please enlighten us on a larger scale, because from all the things that I've read from people that I've listened to, like Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Dr. John Henry Clark, a lot of those lectures were based on a lot of that literature. So what was so wrong about it? You know what I mean? And is it because he's wearing the turban, because he's closely tied with, you know what I'm saying, the nation? Is that why y'all hating on the man, or is that why it's so bad? You know what I mean? Like, what was said that was so bad? Like, for real, because I'm lost, man.
The thing about it, these people ain't dumb, bro. They ain't dumb.
Yeah.
They know what he said was not out the way. It wasn't disrespectful by any means, bro. But the fact that they felt like, oh, you getting a little too ahead of yourself. You getting a little too independent, a little too sovereign. Let us put you back in your place. Let us show the world that we can put you back in your place.
Yeah.
That was the only message they were sending to this man. They was flexing their power. They was showing the world how they could still flex their power in 2020. You feel what I'm saying?
But again, y'all kind of just proved the man right. Like,
but at the same time, it's like, yeah, they proved the man right, but all they needed was for him to go out here and do what the hell he did today, and that was make an apology and go on this whole back away from standing up for itself. That's all they needed, because now you got the masses.
I'm gonna have to push back on that, bro.
What's up?
He's not backing off what he said.
How you got to talk to rabbis and different people from the Jewish community basically apologizing?
Okay, because my thought process is this: we are both oppressed, semi-oppressed people. I'm gonna say that much. To a degree, we are alike in a lot of ways, than we are different. The only thing that separates us between the Jewish community and black people is how they stick together, how they pool their money together. That's the only difference. So,
why are Jewish people being, to this day, now after the Holocaust, now
that's what I said before you get.
and
But
oppressed today.
I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is we come from we have the same backstory, is what I'm saying.
No, we don't.
Bro, walk with me real quick. All
Okay,
right?
I'm off.
Walk with me real quick.
Okay.
So, because we have those things that are similar and alike, I think that's why he stopped back and said, let's have the discussion. Show me where I'm wrong at. And if you can show me where I'm wrong at, then it's pretty much like a debate. You gonna say your side, I'm gonna say my side. So if you can show me where I'm wrong at, then I might have to come off and really like go hard and just say, hey, I truly apologize for what I said. Now I see where this is wrong at. It's like us, no different than saying white people can't say the N-word. You know what I mean? So we have to tell white people why that is offensive, why they can't say it, and you know what I'm saying, why it's offensive to us. And I think what Nick is doing is saying, okay, if I said it and I'm wrong, show me, enlighten me, so I can correct.
The thing is, that ain't what he's saying. He is actually apologizing, and he's talking to these rabbis and I guess other prominent people at the Jewish community to enlighten him. Like for what you said, they are enlightening him on, I guess, relations between what they went through and all this stuff here, and how he can adjust his rhetoric.
Yeah.
Basically, they telling him this is what you need to start saying from now on. He ain't saying that like, oh, okay, they gon' he ain't saying it like, well, I ain't apologizing until y'all can tell me what I'm wrong at. That's not how he's going about it. He is actually apologizing, and he's linking up with all these prominent Jewish people,
Bro,
basically to apologize even more, and hopefully they can put him back in a position where he can keep getting them checks from Viacom.
okay, so I'm like, I get what you're saying, but he's still not employed with Viacom.
Okay, well, why is he apologizing?
Like I said before, it's to help him see the wronging of his ways. Now, if he come back and apologize again, then I'm gonna have to say, okay, he was said something was said that was wrong. But if he leave it at what he's left it at, I don't see where it's wrong yet. Now, this other statement, I didn't see this part. No, I almost definitely not reading. No.
What's that?
It's another statement, right? But this one is the longest. What's the name? So we saying this. I'm gonna go to the last part because I think this is. Yeah, I think this the one you need to read, bro. But now I'm making my own demands. I demand full ownership of my $1 billion Wildin' Out brand that I created, and they will continue to misuse and destroy without my leadership. I demand that the and backdoor bullying cease. And while we are at it, and while we're at it, now that the truth is out, I demand the apology. So he's actually telling them straight up, I want complete ownership of mine, and you're not gonna have it. So I don't know what part of ownership he gave up to um get his show funded or on a major network, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying why he shouldn't apologize either, but like I said before too, man, I just think they got to get that bread. And if he's gonna do what he's continued to do for the black community, then it's got to be financed some way. And why not finance it with somebody else's dollar?
This man is. Matter of fact, let me look up. Let me look up Nick Cannon's net worth.
All
Just
right.
real quick, just to
So
look up.
so real quick, I'm finna play this. I'm finna play it. Um,
And then they built up such a warrior, such this conquering barbaric mentality. The way they have to rob, steal,
fight or flight, okay.
in order to survive.
Exactly.
So then these didn't have, we had, I say we, I speak melanated.
Right.
They had to be savages. They had to be barbaric. They had the torrential environment. So they acting animals.
Right.
So they're the ones actually animals. They're the ones that are actually truth. And then they built up such a warrior. It's this conquering their mentality.
And I thought it was another one. I thought it was two.
It was 2 clips, cause like probably about 20 minutes after that, that's when he got on the whole Jewish rhetoric.
I have to find that other clip.
But Nick Cannon is worth supposedly $60 million. $60 million.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Granted, okay, they take Wildin' Out from him.
They can't take it from him.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever they doing that got him out here. They doing something that's enough for him to go out here and make a whole apology and have all these different meetings and stuff like that.
I mean, but you got to have ownership, dog. I think what Nick, why he did it too, like I was saying, it's the game, is to get that show back, because let's just say it was a 60 whatever split. If they still own 20% or whatever percent, and they can still show it on their network. Then they can still show it on their network. And my brother just sent me something that we had that you actually got your license for. Yeah. So what I'm saying is they can still use it and cap money off of it. That's why he said I'm demanding my full rights on peace out to KG, man, for sharing that. That's why he's saying I'm demanding my rights to the whole situation. So if I got to issue an apology to get that, then that's what I'm gonna do. Because if, like he said, it's $1 billion brand, then we talking about $1 billion over time. We're not talking about upfront cash money. We talking about the resale value. You know what I mean? So I need that bread too. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't finna eat off me since y'all fired me like that. So
how they gonna stop if he can't make new episodes?
He can't make new episodes, but they can keep replaying it. You actually
He's gonna get a check if he has a percentage, right?
Yeah, but I don't want y'all to get nothing. Give me the whole thing. What I got to do to get the whole thing?
Well, listen,
and I think that's part of what that apology is.
I feel him, but man, end of the day, bro, when you decided to invite somebody like Professor Griff on your platform, bro, to speak, that's when you chose a side, bro.
But shoot, he had KRS-One on there, and Dr. George DeGrew. Look at her work.
I feel you, but boy, these folks don't hit as hard and as militant as Professor Griff. Professor Griff.
What, did you watch Dr. George DeGrew interview?
Yes, I watched the interview, but bro, we talking about Mr. Militant Man himself, Professor Griff now, who broke down all the Illuminati bloodlines, all that hip hop, Illuminati. He been doing that for years. He goes deep. Not saying the other ones don't go deep, but he brings more of a militant element to it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You done brought him on there. So now, really, he was speaking the way he was speaking, because now you like, okay, I got Griff on here. Now I got to show him what all I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm blackity black. With him, you got to be blackity black. But you almost forgot that the people that's in partnership with you with this show is Jewish, Jew. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they took the smallest portion of what you said and turned it into something to what now is supposedly messing up your bag with this, messing up your brand. But you knew that coming to the table with Professor Griff, man. These folks do not like Griff. Griff been calling these folks out for years, dog.
Yeah.
So you should have known what was going to occur. And even then, Griff ain't even say too much. He let you talk. You was the one speaking your piece for the most part, but now you can't even hold your own nuts in this situation. That's what's sad, bro.
I don't take it as backing down though. And you talking
Bro,
about he worth
listen,
he worth 65 million, bro. Do you know how much money it's gonna take to produce one TV show? That 65 mil ain't nothing.
I don't know, bro. You feel me? But at the same time, we in the age of social media. You can go to Tyler Perry Studios and set up something, bro. Listen, all you doing is renting out a building and recording, and having people going up there. And,
okay. So the cameras that they use are like 15 to 20 grand per camera.
This is a $60 million nigga, cuz.
This is what I'm saying though. If the cameras that they use are 15 to 20 stacks per camera, if you're using 6 cameras, boom, that's part of the budget. Now you got to pay everybody that's on stage. You got to pay the Wildin' Out girls. You got to pay the host, the environment. So you got to rent a building or something like that. And then you still got to pay to get it edited. We ain't talking about no little chump change, you know what I'm saying, just for no one TV show. That's a lot of moving parts. You got to pay the cameraman to come in and actually shoot film. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things that goes into a production of a show. So that's 65. I get what you're saying, bro. But for one person to bear the brunt of that whole thing, and that's why a lot of black folks ain't in business together today, because we don't want to join up and click up and do these businesses, bro.
I'm pretty sure from the past 2-3 years, how he's been speaking and moving, there's enough people willing to help invest in what he has going on.
Oh, Diddy came out and said, bring it to revolt. We'll do whatever, we get the lawyers ready and everything. So Diddy said, bring it to revolt.
He need to stay away from that.
But see what now? You said it's enough people. Diddy is one of the main people in the forefront that has the bread and capital to do it. Why you say stay away from Diddy? You ain't finna walk away from that one, bro.
Does Diddy own Revolt?
I have no idea.
No, he doesn't.
Who own Revolt?
Some parent company, I forgot, but Diddy does not own Revolt. He's basically a CEO at Revolt. So he can end up in the same situation at Revolt that he had going on with Viacom.
Okay. Once again, dude, he need to keep it in-house and rebrand the show into something else. Buy some real estate or use his income or use his home as recording location. That's problematic because what Wildin' Out is based off of is the crowd. It's the people that's in the crowd.
Bro, they ain't in no Coliseum, cuz.
They're not in no Coliseum, but that's still a big venue, bro.
Man, bro, have you seen the Wildin' Out venue, bro? These folks are in basically a warehouse. All he got to do is start doing it at gyms, Coliseums, if you want to get the ticket sales, bro.
I mean, he can probably take it on tour and do it like that. Like he been doing anyway, but I'm saying what I'm saying though, it is a big production. You can't say shoot. He even got the money from Mariah Carey to reboot the show. It wasn't even his money. You feel me? So
he's trying to be somewhat. He's trying to go by the old business narrative of use someone else's money to make money. Well, nigga, use your own money now, nigga. You got enough. Goddamn, Nick.
So since you telling him not to go to he can go to the colleges like 85 South show.
Thank you.
Like,
just keep it up, bro.
Yeah, KG. Yeah, KG said it. I can agree with that, Kev. Like for real. I can agree with that.
Listen, that 85 South show and Wildin' Out is basically the same type of format for the most part. It just is more to Wildin' Out than the, you know what I'm saying, the I-85, whatever they call it, that show.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's the same format, bro. It's something else to it, bro, that he's not wanting to speak about, bro.
I mean, we'll never know the full ramifications of what Nick got going on behind the scenes just in conjunction with it, or you know what I'm saying, what his idea is, because mindset is a mug. Like until he changes mindset on. So would you recommend him going to Dame Dash Studios? Because Dame Dash got a whole network like Netflix, and he's got a 24-hour running station in North Carolina right now.
Hey, man, if they can come up with a good enough deal, hey, I recommend it. I could even recommend it really with the Diddy. I mean, I laughed at it because we know the history of Bad Boy and all that stuff, you know. But at the same time, I mean, if he can come up with a good enough deal, either one could work. But
Dang.
I'd rather him. I'm like, bro, it's $60 million, man. Do your own thing, cousin.
KG said 85 South showed out in Mobile. Somebody sold out within 2 hours, and they said it sell out every time.
Come on,
10,000
man.
seats filled in.
Let him bring an equivalent to Wild and Not anywhere in around them same areas. The same thing gonna happen, cuz.
I mean, if he hit the chip circuit, I most definitely do that and like really build the brand like that. So I get what everybody's saying, but once again, too, like my whole political statement on it is, I just think he issued the apology to make some other moves, because we still don't know why Jay-Z linked up with the NFL.
The bag, they feel like they can get a bigger bag working with these folks. That's it.
I don't believe it's just the bag, bro.
Well, what else could it be, cuz?
Bro, all right, so in my journey in this last past year, I really realized how important networking is, right?
Networking for what? Networking for what?
This is what I'm saying. I'm just saying on a low level, on my humble level, me going to the city, chopping
We
it
talk
up.
about Nick Cannon level,
But
$60 million
listen,
level.
this is what I'm saying though, and I'm gonna break that down too, because if it wasn't for certain people, my mixing skills wouldn't be where they at right now today. You know what I'm saying? And I got that from spending $500 in a class. Now I can talk to this dude whenever I need to. I got his number. We chopping it up. He introduced me to somebody else. Now we chopping it up. We building this stuff. So I understand the power of network. Now, where my network is on the bottom of that pyramid now, it's on the bottom of the pyramid, right? So I'm at the bottom of the pyramid trying to build my network so I can get my net worth up here. So if we're on the bottom of the pyramid, Nick Cannon's in the top 1% of the 1%, they bumping at each other all the time, bro. It ain't like it's gonna be a whole different world of people you can talk to, maneuver and move and get some stuff done. Because even if you look at what's the black guy name that was suing Viacom? Byron Allen. He went and got money from somebody else. That wasn't his money when he bought that network. Come on, man.
Okay, but these are multi-million-dollar Byron Allen billion-dollar dudes. Why, when you have that much money, why don't you just go ahead and start doing your own thing? Why do you still feel the need to keep trying to go through these people when they harass you?
Because it's always worked.
They cut your sack every time they feel offended. Why you just feel like you just can't, with millions of dollars now that we know you can do a lot of things with $1 million. You can flip $1 million multiple times. This man is sitting on 60. Why do they feel like at this point in the game, bro, how successful you have been, at this point, do you feel like you still need to somewhat be a worker? Because you ain't just networking to be no boss, because these people ain't looking at you like you no boss, cousin. They looking at you like you a worker. You crying like a worker who just lost his job.
Yeah.
A multi-millionaire now.
Kevin dropped a comment and said 10 times 75, split that between everybody there, you making bank. 10,000 times 75, split that between everybody there, you making bank. Keep production happy and in-house. Pay the venue fee, then everybody else get paid. But once again, like I'm saying, bro, camera crew, he got what, like 12 people on each team?
Bro, we is talking about a multi-millionaire, bro. This ain't no nigga that's just coming from.
I'm breaking down what Kevin said.
Okay.
So let's do the basic math on that route. And I don't know what them guys getting paid, right? So we doing 10,000 times 75 per. That's 750,000 per show. Now, what are these people getting paid, and what do they feel like they're worth? Because DC Young Fly has built up a resume. Carlos Miller has built up a resume. Joe Bean built up a resume. What's the white girl with the red hair? I can't remember her name. She's also built up a resume. a lot of people that then came through there and built up a resume. That's all I'm saying. So now, what I'm saying is, once you build up your resume, you feel like you're entitled to more, because now you're a main part of the show. So, are they willing to take that breakdown? That's what's got to be brought to the table. You know what I mean? Are you willing to take this so the show can keep going, or we can keep, you know what I'm saying, moving on up, so to speak? It's a lot of ins and outs to it.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it's looking like to me he's scared to try. He rather just keep on getting it the way he been doing it, because he too afraid to take that chance and go out there and do it on his own, like most black people are when it comes to doing business on their own. They're too scared.
I don't feel like
right now you feel like the leverage that he can gain from networking with these people is more valuable than him actually going out and trying to get it on his own.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like. That leverage from the other side is more important than him trying to get it on his own to be more independent. And end of the day, if he becomes more independent with it and successful, he will end up making more money on the independent side than he would on the leverage side. Yeah. And even that would gain him more access to leverage. Because let's just keep it G. Regardless how mad these people get, numbers don't lie. They gonna cut the check for them numbers, bro. They'll put their pride to the side about some numbers quick.
All right, let's get into what Kevin said. They may not want to get into any kind of contractual agreement with anybody, even though they may be stacked up. I mean, it's different. That's cool. Kevin said, I watched on YouTube the people that used to be on there talk about how when they when they got let go, it wasn't Nick that fires them, it was the other people who wanted them out. Nick actually put a lot of folks on in the industry. Most definitely did.
Indeed.
He did that. And that's what I'm saying too. Like, he put a lot of people on. I don't know, bro.
So do Nick sound more like a boss or an employee from this situation, man?
I mean, he's acting like an employee true.
Exactly. I'm saying you $60 million, cuz it's time to be a boss, cuz.
What I'm saying though, if you produce a TV show, if you write the script for it, bring the concept to light, and the major network comes behind it, then that major networks give you the bag for so many shows up front. So if they want, I like this concept, give me 20 shows up front at this price, or give me 10 I think it's like 10 to 15 shows per season. Give me those 10 to 15, I'll buy those 10 to 15 shows for that season. So it's like a lease agreement almost, as I see it, but I don't know how the paperwork is written up. I don't know how that contract is set up. So I don't know, man. I get what you're saying, but you also got to stay on code. If you got to be on code, if you got to be the spook by the door, and you got to be the spook by the door to get other people in.
So basically what I'm gathering is, he was comfortable with just being the spook by the door, but he got a little too ahead of himself, and now he's scared to be the boss in the door.
I used to talk so much like Dame. I'm just like Dame Dash.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, look, even though, people clown he makes bad business move, but that's what it's looking like. Nick is scared to be his own boss. So now that they put that pressure on him, because they said they said they fired Nick. I'm like, damn, I thought that man was bossed up. I thought he owned all that. So they fired this man. So now you was a $60 million employee. And now I'm saying, man, you can be a $60 million and up boss now, cuz. What you scared of? You don't have faith in your own abilities? Why black people feel like we just can't have faith in our own ability to boss up on our own? Because when you say network, all you saying is, okay, all these Jewish and other financial backers, that's all that is. These people with money that's willing to put money behind you in order for you to manage and organize this little show that you got. That's it. They just put money behind you. They might give you suggestions, but bro, you got $60 million now, bro.
Yeah.
And you got people that's backing you, cuz. What you scared of, dog? Why every time a black person try to come out here and do their own thing, bro, it don't matter how much money they got, they still feel like they got to be an employee, dog.
AKG, do you think he's scared?
Hey, hold that thought, bro. Y'all keep chopping it up, fam.
All right. Hey G, do you think he's scared? Remember, he actually started Beats before they blew up. Dr. Dre bought it, I believe. Then partnered with Apple. He started his own brand, Incredible Headphones, as a secondary company. Well, I didn't know that. I have to do some digging on that. But do you think he's scared, bro? Yeah, I get it. Do you think he's scared to start out on his own, or is it a different way to start out on his own? Because I think what Smurf is alluding to is basically, starting doing the whole production thing. I think it's a tall order for anybody to do it upon themselves if they don't have the financial backing, so to speak. So, like, putting your own money up is a different game because that's what the boy Dame Dash always speak on about, putting your own money up and like investing in yourself. So I get what he's saying, but it's a lot going on. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in with us on Facebook and Twitch, man. That like button, hit that follow button, because we're gonna be doing this a lot more. We appreciate y'all for viewing. But I don't think he's scared. I just think he gotta find a way to do it. IDK, but he got the people to do his own stuff. He most definitely got the people. I think it's a like Tyler Perry. When Tyler Perry started doing his own thing, it took a lot of him just keep doing it till he built his brand to the point of he knew exactly what to do and how to do it. So that's why he has the Tyler Perry Studios. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Nick has ever been to that position yet. I don't think Nick has got to that position yet. He's gotten to the.
I would agree with you if Wildin' Out wasn't a 15-year-old show.
But how much did Nick do that hands on is what I'm saying.
But I can almost guarantee you, Nick was 95% involved in most of the things that moved and shaped with Wildin' Out, bro. 95 to 99% involved, bro. Nick ain't no dummy, bro. Nick is a multifaceted type of dude. He can multitask all that. He's that type of brain, bro. He is afraid, bro.
Maybe it's some contractual stuff he has to do and legal stuff before he can use or take his ideas somewhere. That's another thing that could be involved too, because they do have those contractual agreements. But however long they are, or however they brand it, that's another thing, man. Like, I don't know, bro. I just really, I get what he's trying to do. Whether we will always see the light and understand what's going on in that realm or that world, we may never know. It would be a good conversation to have with him. Yeah. And I think that's a conversation to have behind closed doors. That's a conversation, me personally, looking at it from every angle, I would never have that conversation in front of a camera. And I think that's I think the conversation that he had with Professor Griff should have been behind closed doors.
Yeah, because he wasn't ready, man. At the end of the day, when it comes to this black activism shit, it's either you all in or you ain't, bro.
Oh, 100. That's one thing I tell anybody. Hey, before you go to talking to everybody, understand where you stand. Stand on your square and stand strong.
And the other day, because majority of America do not respect the black empowerment movement. They don't respect black activism. They're going to try whatever they can do to undermine the movement, bro, because they don't see no validity in what we saying and what we bringing to the table, bro. And at the end of the day, he was putting himself out there as one of the new Malcolms or MLKs by inviting all these people that was speaking up for us and speaking on our behalf. And he got a little ahead of himself with his own rhetoric. That was his rhetoric.
I don't even think he got ahead of himself. I think what he did was he felt like it was truly going to be okay.
Yeah. He got ahead of himself.
And to me, the videos have been up almost a month right now. So for it to come out now, I don't even know how many hits it had, but when I seen it, it had over like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna say, I don't wanna give out no false numbers, but he had some good numbers on it to me. For it to just drop within a month's time, like, but these folks, man, like, it's always gonna be a foot on our neck until we really take the world back over. I mean, that's, and I don't mean that in a harsh, disrespectful way, like we gonna enslave white folks over.
Let's just say we're gonna take our world, black people, until we come to a position where we can at least move in solidarity and as a unit. Then, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this is gonna happen because ain't nobody gonna expect
Exactly.
it. End of the day, if people don't want it to get to a point to where somebody can somewhat say something about black people, like how he was kind of framing his wording about the Jewish people, they don't want it to get to a point where somebody can frame something about black people and we go ham about it and they can lose jobs and opportunities. It's coming.
Oh, it's most definitely coming.
Yeah, it's coming, but
I believe that's what they're scared of too.
Yeah,
it's coming. Can't stop it. You know what I mean?
On the way, but end of the day, he gonna have to stand strong, bro. Look who you all got. Look who all you been putting on your platform, bro. Look behind him on the Canon Talk, but you got 3 black fists up.
Yeah,
like, come on, bro. You that's the narrative you pushing. You can't be scared now, cuz.
Look what's behind. Look what's behind the back there. Y'all might can't see that or understand that. Y'all see the flag, and it's a picture of the black man and woman. You know what I mean? But what you, like I said, I don't think he. Hey, cuz, let me know what you mean by accountability. That's out the Golden Sunshine. Me and my cuz, we be chopping it up, man. Love you. The accountability part, I understand. Take accountability for your actions and your words. I think that's kind of what he was doing and saying, hey, I'm gonna take accountability. If I said it was wrong, it was wrong. But I need me. Give me me. Since y'all think it's a bad deal, y'all want to fire me, don't make no bread off my back. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. Like, and my thing is, why Fox ain't let him go? Is because he issued the apology? And I think that's what Viacom wanted at first. It was like, he got to issue the apology, and he was like, nah. And then it's over with. So
Fox know he a breadwinner. They ain't about to lose no ratings behind that. Most people could care less about it, but because they put it out there, they framed it in the media as something that was a slight on the Jewish community, because that's all it is. Most people didn't give a damn about the damn shit. It was 2-3 weeks old. But now that they framed it in a way, cut snippets out of it, like this is an old technique they've been using in media to slander somebody and to undermine somebody and get, you know what I'm saying, to mess up their movement. Let me ask you this
then. Let me ask you this. Why does it still work?
Because
we know it's an old technique, and people like-minded like we know it's an old technique. But why does it still work?
Because he's a worker.
60s and 70s. Huh?
Because he's a worker. He's not a boss. He only works against workers.
I don't care because he's a worker. You know what I'm saying? They use the same technique to slander Michael Jackson and everybody else. Michael Jackson might not have been a good reference, but I'm just saying, if we go back and look at every Michael Jackson case, if we go back and look at the Bill Clinton case, if we go back and look at Malcolm X, you go back and look at Martin Luther King, and people, even with Marcus Mosiah Garvey, they did the exact same technique. Why haven't our people picked up on it and said, hey, look, y'all can't do this no more because we know what y'all trying to do?
Our people have picked up on it. Nick just scared to ride with our people.
Yeah.
We picked up on it. How many black people you know right now that's out here saying, man, man, that's some bullshit. They know damn nigga ain't mean it like that.
Salute to KG, man, because he said exactly what what these pictures and memes always said. The whole country been making money off our back since we been here. Point blank, period. I'm gonna pin that one to the top, bro. Most definitely.
Man, they fired that man quicker than they goddamn fired them police that killed Floyd and Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor?
Yeah. Let's just keep it 100.
Hey, and do you know, not only, it's some more things that came out about the Breonna Taylor case that I've heard. Breonna Taylor, the investigation that was led into the police department. I know this kind of off topic, but y'all stick with us real quick. The lead investigator was a detective on the police force. And in the line of questioning, he led the head officer or detective that was leading the raid, so to speak, told them what to say, and you can hear it in the audio, man. You can hear it in the audio. Bro, like, and y'all fired Nick within 24 hours of this coming out. But this girl was murdered in her freaking bed, man. In her bed, dog. And if you hit a 911 tape of her boyfriend calling in and hear the terror in that man's voice, and he still didn't know what was going on. He didn't even know it was the police until they came in. Like, man, it's crazy, dog. Like, how y'all fire this man for something he said, but y'all don't want to hold people accountable for murdering innocent people while they sleep? That's what America looks like to us as black people, point blank, period. You know what I mean? This is what we have to deal with. We can say something, get fired, and lose money, but you can kill us, walk away, and tell us to be quiet. Crazy. Nick probably afraid our people stand behind him. I doubt that, man. Nick got a lot of support. I'm gonna just say that Nick got a lot of support.
He feel like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of social support, but man, he's scared to lose that financial support that he's getting from that little partnership that he's scared to lose.
But shoot, black people don't spend with us like that, though, man.
I mean, we getting up, but I guess he don't feel like it's moving fast enough for him.
I can most definitely understand that and see why. Like, that might be another thing why he's scared.
You got to get up out of that, man. Cause bro,
hey,
you on that activist mantle, bro.
Kevin, somebody else texted me that, and it wasn't Smurf. It wasn't Smurf. Somebody else texted me that last weekend. I don't know what it's about, and I haven't heard about it yet. I mean, I've heard about it, but I don't understand what it's about quite yet.
What's that?
I'm gonna hold up. I'm finna inbox it to you. Because I think that is something that we both got to jump on real quick to get an understanding of what the heck going on with. But yeah, man. I don't feel like he's scared, man. I just think it's a leap of faith that's got to be taken. From a lot of people.
Hold on. Let me see what you're talking about right here.
I think it's a leap of faith that's got to be taken, and people don't know how or in what ways to do it. You know what I mean?
I don't think I ever heard of that.
Bro, we got to jump on that. I done had Kevin like maybe the third person that told me about it. They said when we look it up, don't Google it.
Huh?
Yeah.
See, man, I said, too late, man. I don't went ahead and Google it. What do it mean if you Google it?
Trying to delete it. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, man, back to the Nick. Hey, Nigeria, if you still in here, so you think Nick Cannon should jump out on his own, man? Make sure y'all drop a comment below. Y'all see that tip jar over there by my boy Smurf, so we can grow this podcast into something greater, because we start having to, spend a little bit money. I don't know, already spent money, you know what I'm saying, to get this multi-stream going. So tap the tap jar. The tip jar.
Man. Get the family some tithe once in a while, man. We ain't asking for much, so you ain't have to. We ain't gonna hound you if you don't, but you know what I'm saying, it will be greatly appreciated. You feel me?
Yeah, man. But dang, somebody call me? Y'all know my phone be on silent. Bit. But yeah, man, it's just like stepping out on your own. I think that's another leap of faith. Now, us two as business owners and building brands, what are some ways you felt like we was kind of behind the curve in learning certain? Because I think that's what Nick gonna have to go through. He's gonna have to figure out how to distribute it for one. I think he's gonna have to figure out how to finance it, even if it comes out of his own pocket, and he's gonna have to find out how to keep. Gotta hit that tip jar, Pecan. That's out to my boy Pecan. Brother Philip White been flipping pieces with my boy Philip for a long time.
Word. Oh,
Y'all see
man.
that scrolling across if y'all can see that scrolling across the screen, let me know. But that's how you donate right there. If you hit the tip jar right here, I'm gonna hit it again. Just see it scrolling across the screen. Maybe, maybe not. But if you see that glass, that bottom right hand corner with Smurf it. There you go. Get that little tip jar right there. So y'all see it. Donate that way, bro. Appreciate you. Use DuckDuckGo or something. Yeah, you can do crowdfunding. Oh, use DuckDuckGo or something other than that to search. All right. Because I was trying to figure out how to search it too. But yeah, man, like he can use different. That's out to my boy God Body by Blows, man. One of my partners, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. We gonna discuss a story about him in a minute, man. Very talented brother, artwork, rap, everything. Definitely. But anyway, like I just think those are steps that he's gonna have to overcome and conquer real quick, and to figure out how to capitalize on the momentum of the show, because he can't let the show die down. Can't let the momentum of the show die down. It's gonna be hard to pick it back up. Now, like we said, through even like this, like how we got it restreamed and live, and people doing those concerts from home, it's running into a bunch of audio issues and stuff. I think Erykah Badu developed a platform for artists to live shows and stuff on. It's still a learning curve because we're in a new world right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're in a new phase of things. So even how money gonna be start exchanging and it's still a learning curve. I think that's his biggest feat right now. I think that's his big issue right now. His learning curve. Like how does he overcome certain things? How does he do certain things? I think that's his biggest, you know what I'm saying, thing right now.
I mean, but man, this man been in the industry over 20 years. He don't know it by now, man. What the hell have you been doing, bro?
But he's been in an old industry. The industry is changing. The music industry has changed since he's been in it. From CD sales, record sales to streaming. Okay, now we're also talking about the distribution of movies have also changed with the people like Hulu, Netflix, Dash Studios, stuff like that. Hold up, this is what I'm saying though. He has to figure out how to do it because Dave Chappelle had to do it too. Dave Chappelle recorded all his own content and then sold it to what Netflix is. So he gonna have to figure out how to do that on a massive production level because it ain't just one man in the room.
I feel what you're saying, but look, listen to what I'm saying though. He was there through it all, so he had his own reference, and look at who he has around him. DC Young Fly, who became famous through social media marketing. You had Conceited, who became famous through the URL circuit and social media marketing. The whole I-95 movement, all them boys affiliated with him.
Oh, 85 South show?
85 South. They can show him. He can talk to Dave Chappelle easily. More than 9 times out of 10, he can talk to somebody like Dave Chappelle and they can put him on game. He is scared to lose that network.
I don't think he's scared to lose it. He got to, for one, he has got to get the name of his show back. So whatever partnership that's in conjunction with that, he's got to get the name back first. So if I got to play with you to get that name back, then that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
So if he was to rename it something else, but keep the same basic format for it, you
We
feel like
don't know
it'll
what's in the contract, bro. He can't use the same format.
well, he can switch it up a little bit. Like,
That's
man,
what I'm
niggas
saying.
to be
That's what I'm
innovative.
saying. It's a learning curve. That's why I'm saying it's a learning curve. And the only person I think that's compatible with what Nick Cannon has got going on is the boy Smack from the URL TV. Those are the only people compatible to what on the level, even though Nick Cannon production was a little bit higher, but as far as the same format, because you know URL TV, they have a lot of this stuff on HBO too. So you got to see what Viacom owns and how Viacom could possibly shut Nick out. You know what I'm saying? In a way,
Shut him out of what? If he do it independently.
because if Viacom own, let's say 30, okay, let's just be real. All networks are owned by 6 people, 6 brands. So if Viacom buddy with 3 of those brands, then Nick is down already. You know what I'm saying? 4 people that's not gonna carry his show.
Do they own YouTube?
He had to take it down from YouTube. YouTube took it down and deemed it as hate crime.
Cause it was a Viacom link a platform.
No, it wasn't. Cannon's
That's
Class.
Canon Class is Viacom.
No, it's not. Canon Class is strictly through YouTube.
No, Viacom has rights to the Canon Class.
No way.
Yes, bro. I'm telling you.
Worry about it. I'm pulling it up right now. Keep
Yeah,
talking.
he has partnership with them on that too, because you know he's stationed at Howard University with that.
I don't mean why Viacom will have something to do.
That's the same thing I said. I'm like, you put them in everything. It ain't make no sense to me, bro. I'm like, he got these folks tied up in everything he got going on. It didn't make no sense to me, bro.
How would I even know it's tied up in Viacom though?
I guess on the bottom of the video, we should have like all the publishing and all the different groups that's tied into it. All the different corporations that's tied into it.
He even had Dame Dash on the ARS1 has been my favorite one so far. And that one and Dr. George the group. I don't see.
Man, I heard earlier it was an article, bro, because they made them take it down from because they canceled. They were saying they was canceling the Cannons Class and they was canceling Wild and Out. I was like, Cannons Class? In my mind, I'm like, bro, I thought that was just your shit, bro. You feel me? Like, what? But you know, like I said, when you got them type of partnership, that's the catch-22 when it comes to dealing with these type of people. You know what I'm saying? They always got some type of they got too much leverage over his movements. He gave them too much leverage. Whatever contract, like you said, we don't know the contract, but apparently from what I'm saying, them contracts gave them a little too much power over what he got going on.
Man,
he thought
so do you think it was a 360 deal?
No, I don't think it was 360. But it was enough for him to come out here and come up with this fake apology though, to try to get everything
No,
back.
I'm saying like how you saying he got his hands tied and everything. I can't verify that. And let me Google it real quick. Verify if Cannon's Class is in conjunction with Viacom. I see Professor Griff got a rebuttal on what's going on. The hour long, like catching them.
Yeah, I got to see that, man. I know he talking that shit, boy. I know he mad about that.
He probably feels somewhat.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just like he ain't say too much. Like really, Griff was, for the most part, he would dial back more than he usually is. He was just letting, you know what I'm saying, Cannon, because really Cannon was kind of like, he was like, you went here with an old school master, right? So you want to show off your knowledge, the kind of, flex a little bit. Like, you know how Kobe went up with Jordan? So
Yeah.
try to show Jordan, like, yeah, you know, I know a little something. Let me show my skills a little bit. That's what happened, and you know, he wasn't ready for that. You feel me? He just wasn't ready for it, dog. And it's a shame that you coming out here and now you recanting your statements and all that stuff, man. Come on, bro. That ain't cool, dog.
I get it, man. I get it, bro. Like I get it on so many levels, man. We just gotta buckle down and build our own network. We need to invest in a satellite. Then we can say fuck them.
I'm saying they need to do something. But at the end of the day, this is just that.
Yep, I understand. It most definitely shows that we have to build our own. But you know what I'm saying? And building our own, that means we got to come up with our own websites as well. Because when somebody else take it down, then we got to be able to host it and carry it on our own. So we got to we really have to step our game up, start networking together because if we don't network together as a people, and then things like this are gonna keep happening, and we can't help a person like Nick Cannon out in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We might can do so much, but once again, you know what I'm saying, that hand is gonna be kind of over our head. Something is gonna be held over our head. So networking together is most definitely number one. We have to pool our resources, even get to that level. Well, let's talk about this before we even end the podcast. We're already an hour and 30 minutes, hour 20. Since we're talking about networking and community and stuff, man, and like I always say, you know what I'm saying, pooling these resources. What is a way that me and you together have even ran into situations where we thought some people was gonna be down with the situations and we kind of bumped heads, or it never fell through. You know what I mean? So, what are ways that we can step forward, build, like my brother Brian was saying, like we need our own satellites, we need our own networks, we need our own everything, because to me it seems like we're living in a world on our own. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's backing us like it's, and the people that are backing us are very few, far in between, and they're so far in the back that we don't even see them. So what are some ways that, and I know we had an episode on it before, that we can keep, you know what I'm saying, building and move forward and grow our own, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that.
I mean,
I'm gonna go grab some water real quick.
First and foremost, man, you got to develop that independent mindset. Like, it's okay to have a job. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have a little, you know what I'm saying, anxiety when it comes out here, and when it comes to being out here and working with your family. Because at the end of the day, this is something that's new to us. But at the end of the day, we have to, for our own safety and our own interest, come out here and develop an independent mindset so we can have our own, just in case situations like this happen to where we're being attacked economically, politically, socially, so we can push our own narrative, we can feed our own families, and we can push our own agendas politically in order to get laws and policies passed for our best interest. We got to take that step forward. We got to be willing to do what it takes to get there. Most people get into the game and they want to give a quarter of the effort to it. If you want to be independent, you got to go all the way. Regardless of your situation, you got to change your mindset and you got to go for it, and you got to believe you can get it. Even when obstacles come in your path and tell you, nah, man, it might not work how you want to. Well, you adapt and you adjust. You have to adjust to what's out here. Because the thing about it, man, it gets to a point to where it's like, yeah, we be having movement. Look at the civil rights movement back in the day. We had movement. But as soon as the little controversy came into play, as soon as the little money Little bribery money came in the way, up, everybody fell back.
But that goes to the piggyback of what you're saying on that now. That goes to everybody not being on code and being on the same page. Like, how do everybody's not gonna be on code, we know that. But how do we stop those type of people from infiltrating what we have going on as far as the movement? Because ultimately that's what stopped Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and other people of that stature, of that nature, is somebody infiltrated, somebody lets the one person in, and it dismantled the whole situation, even with the Black Panther Party. You know what I mean? One person came in and infiltrated the whole situation because they look like, they walk the lingo, they talk like, so we think it's okay, let's let them people either adjust or create your own. That's true, bro. Definitely true.
I mean, you got to have a level of accountability and transparency. At the end of the day, there's certain strategies that a lot of the ancients knew, that a lot of organizations are using these strategies today. Now, I won't name these strategies here because we may have people watching that could possibly take what we're saying, take what I'm saying the wrong way. Mm-hmm. But we have to implement certain strategies in order to funnel out those type of people.
It's levels to it, pretty much.
It's levels. You feel me? At the end of the day, you can benefit from your enemy. You'll benefit more from your enemy than you will from your ally half the time. But you can't never put your enemy in a position where they can completely destroy what you got going on. And that's when you go into those ancient strategies in order to weed them out and make them expose themselves. Now, that I will name here today, because that's a discussion that needs to be held in private amongst us people. I'm saying it's ways for those type of individuals to be vetted, but we have to be willing to apply.
Yeah, I can most definitely attest to and agree on that. Even when it comes to even working in this music, man, certain people you kind of gotta let get close to you, and other people that you just, I can't deal with you. You know what I'm saying? I have to keep y'all away from me, so to speak, so I can keep moving on my own, man. And I just really feel like we have definitely my boy God Body. I don't know why I keep calling him God Body, because they say God by blows, but he know what I mean, man. But I think it's just a lot of things that we have to individually sit down and look at and really, I would say, overcome, even in our own little circles. Vetting people that come around us and be very, very weary of the people that pop up out the blue. Like when you get them weird Facebook notification friend requests from a person with one friend that's alike and y'all ain't never go to the same school, y'all just add them to y'all profile. Like, we have to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? On a day-to-day, hand-to-hand basis. You know what I mean? You have to like really overcome that mindset of, you said 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's either all or nothing. You know what I mean? And we have to take that approach, because it ain't a lot of people that is gonna let us do what we want to do or what we need to do. So we're gonna have to take it. I think they just go with anything in life. Certain things that you want, you gotta take hold of it. For real. I don't know, man. So the ultimate question that we started with: did Nick Cannon bow down? Oh!
He did all that. Yeah. He did all that.
Oh, man.
Yes,
you say he did. I'm at this point right now, and until I get more enlightenment, I don't think he bowed down.
Man, you sound just like you were saying the same thing with Jay-Z. Now look where we at. We almost a year in on that, ain't it?
But like I said though, I think they're playing the strategy, but I think they're playing the chess game, bro. Like,
okay, what have black people gained from this chess game that Jay-Z playing?
We don't know yet.
Not a damn thing.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. When Jay went to, was it Europe? When Jay acquired Tidal, right? Tidal was a different streaming service at the time. When he acquired that platform, a lot of people say, "Well, what he's doing that for? Why?" Look what Jay has done with Tidal and alone, and we talking about black people ain't benefiting from it. The only people that's benefiting from Tidal are black people. So,
you said only black people are benefiting from Tidal?
On the top, because you know he ain't. It's not. It had an IPO. It's not on the stock exchange. So the only people that had shares in Tidal are people like Swizz Beatz, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys, and a few other people. You know what I mean? So
Right.
What I'm saying is Jay-Z has made a lot of moves in his career that nobody understood that benefited us later on. Even with the Lil Annie Walker record, the It's a Hard Knock Life for Us. That song right there could be sampled by any hip hop artist because of what Jay-Z did.
Right.
And it's automatically cleared. So, like, a lot of people don't know what these people are doing behind these, I'm going to just say these big closed doors. So we can't say Jay is in a position where he's not benefiting other black people. It might not look it that way to you, but he has done it. And I'm going to also say this too. If we're going to play a strategy game, then everybody has a position to play. So if Jay-Z and Nick got to play a certain hand and look like something a certain way to be perceived that way up front, and then we have another person like a Dr. Khalid Muhammad on the squad, like a Minister Louis Farrakhan on the squad that's doing another type of work, then that's what it's going to have to, it's all in conjunction to benefit the whole community as a people.
You do know Jay-Z is trying to sell Tidal right now, right?
Sell it to who? Sell it for what?
He got it for sale right now. He don't even own all the stakes to Tidal. He is attempting to sell it. I just read it.
Shoot me the link.
Phone just went dead. Swear to God, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sick of you and your damn.
Yeah, that's a goddamn. I knew you were gonna say that too. Now look, my shit went dead, but I swear, look it up right now, bro. I typed in who owns Tidal, bro, and it was like Jay-Z has a stake in it along with Beyonce and some other investors, and he's attempting to try to sell Tidal right now because it was like he owns some company called Acro or something like that. Yeah, so he's attempting to sell it right now. So he probably built up the company, and now he's just gonna be another bag for Jay, bro.
But that's what a lot of people has done, and Jay has. Jay-Z sells stake in Tidal. And a lot of people build companies though.
Yeah, but what is Jay-Z doing for the whole of black people, bro?
Jay-Z bought Tidal 3 years ago with his wife Beyonce and other artists own equity in the company, aiming to challenge large rivals. Spotify Tidal offers artists Sprint, owned by Japan SoftBank, will pay an estimate million for a 33% stake in the company. The deal means Jay-Z Carter will initial 50. So Sprint is buying into a 33%. Hey,
For $2 million?
200 million.
Or 200 million?
Yeah. Just you gonna sell too, ain't you?
Goddamn right. Sorry,
Okay then. But again, the Jay-Z, that's only 33% of a company. 33% ain't a controlling share. You feel me? It's not a controlling share.
I feel you.
So he ain't selling out. He ain't lost nothing.
Okay, what does he own completely that is benefiting? Cause I feel like, okay, that 33%, cool. You got your 200 million, they got their stake. Bam. But I'm saying, if you come around here acting like, okay, you like this pillar for black people to make sure everybody's straight and we good, why is it most of your deals always end up just benefiting you and yours. And we by proxy benefit off of it, just like everybody else can benefit off of it. He ain't doing nothing just specifically
All
for
right.
us.
So I'm gonna say this, and this goes back to the Healing situation and why I think Nick Cannon brought it to the table. Like Jay-Z comes from a hustling mentality background. Hustlers always been for themselves at the end of the day. We've been around many of them. I've been around plenty of them. At the end of the day, the cards are gonna fall in their favor. You know what I mean? So if you take that and you magnify it to what Rockefeller did, and now you magnifying it times Rock Nation and Rock Nation Sports and all these other entities that he got going on, and he's seeing where he can make profit and make his money back, can't really fault him for it. But initially, has he even healed from the mentality of I got to get my own and F everybody else? Because Dame said he had been doing it even in the street. And I watched plenty of interviews with Dame talking about it. But has he healed from the mentality of I just got to get my own? Is he on a standpoint, even with rocking the 5% Nation chain? Or you on a standpoint to say, hey, this is for us?
I don't think he ever be there.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this then: how many black men have done it?
Tariq Nasheed, Boyce Watkins, Claude Anderson, Louis Farrakhan.
Mm-hmm.
Who else can I name?
They done on the $1 billion level like Jay.
I mean, cause look at the opposition they were up against. They wasn't in the middle of the circles of corporate Jewish.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is they haven't done it on the level Jay has done it on.
I mean, but look at because they weren't gonna settle to do what Jay-Z did.
Okay, so what? Okay, I'm glad you said that. So what I'm saying is Jay-Z willing to lose a little something of himself to get to where he at. Those people you name aren't willing to lose that. People like Tariq Nasheed, I'll do it on my own. I'll build this empire on my own. But look at the background and branding that Tariq Nasheed has also came up with. Look at the knowledge that he possessed before he got the money. Look at the knowledge Dr. Boyce Watkins society possessed and talked to different people in the institution he was in. It comes with a level of knowledge to say, I'm going to lose a bag for this. I might not get that bag, but me and my family still straight. And I'll still look good for my people. There's not a lot of people that's going to upfront
There's a
say
difference between I just look good for my people and I'm helping my people. I'm enlightening my people. I'm putting my people on. Minus I just got my bag and it's almost like I kind of make moves to where most of the time I'm making a huge bag and I really don't be benefiting my people at all. That's the realm Jay-Z's in, bro.
That's what, yeah, I agree with you. That's what I'm speaking on. Dr. Boyce Watkins, Dr. Claude Anderson, Tariq Nasheed, those people have said, look, this is what I know and this is what I'm trying to do for my people and I stand on this principle. But Jay-Z hasn't came from that background. Feel what I'm saying? It's the Libra scale. What are you willing to do for your people and stay at this level? And Jay-Z like, fuck that, I'm finna do this. You know what I mean? He sought and said, okay, fuck it, nigga, I'm gonna do this. And Dr. Boyce them said, I was here and I could have been here, but this is what I'm gonna do.
So
you know what I mean?
So should we give him a pass?
Jay?
Yeah, crickets. Yeah, keep on. More crickets.
Hold up. One more sound effect. There you go. Crickets you talking about right there. The sound effects.
I can't hear it, but yeah. See
Yeah.
how quiet you got just then? Yeah.
Hey, I feel you, my brother. And you know, I can't say yay, nay, how'd he do? None of that. You know what I mean? Do we give him a pass? Or if you can completely give him a pass, but like I was telling my son, how much of the information do you think he stands on? If he stand on a whole 360, where? and know the knowledge, we most definitely got to give him the L. But you don't 100% stand the knowledge. And how much of L can you give somebody that don't know?
Come on, man. This man 5%, bro.
Again,
You feel me?
like you said, your phone died, brother.
No, that's my laptop.
People calling you
Call
on
you back in
lessons.
a minute, my dog. Call you back in a minute, my dog.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, even though I've met people that say they're 5% nation that don't understand the knowledge. Let's put it like this: how many organizations have you seen or witnessed people be a part of that don't know the bylaws? You know what I
At the same
mean?
time, guess what though? They knew that main law. They knew that main law. They knew before all the little intricate laws that they may have passed up on or kind of half-assed on. They knew that main law. Jay-Z knows the main law. Now, whether he felt like he could uphold that main law, clearly
So,
no.
okay, so we know Nick Cannon know the law. So we gonna give him a complete L?
I mean, I ain't gonna give him a complete L. He ducked out though. He ducked out like a bird. I ain't gonna give him a complete L. But it's just pitiful. I'm like, bro, you should have just, kept your peace, probably let it blow over a little bit, and probably kept them conversations kind of behind closed doors if he was gonna do it. Don't come out here publicly apologizing and stuff, because now you don't show how powerful these people are over you, bro. How much power they have over you, dog.
Like he's saying that wrong though, bro. I don't feel like he bowed down in the whole statement though. Like for real, for real.
Okay.
My opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Get you over there.
Yeah.
Start making sure Michael a little bit. Peace. Man.
Oh, I can't see nothing. All I can see is the dot.
Good for you. I just need the ladies to see. Like the line, hit the thumb.
Hope you get some cutter tonight, my nigga. Hope you can get some cutter tonight,
Ain't
my
gonna be
nigga.
no better than that. I gotta work in.
Yeah.
See? Oh, I'm already taking the L.
Oh,
Supposed to call somebody back. They told me I see you on live. I sorry. No, duty calls. Gonna call you back. But yeah, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think he took the L. You think he took the L? So be it, man. I want to reach out and talk to some. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Sunday, man. We're gonna talk about relationships or what we should be doing as single until we get into a relationship. How we be got Miss Key coming. Hey, I'm gonna need you to download Zoom. That,
all right.
that through Zoom. These fees and crap got to pay. Hit that tip jar, people, so we can keep this going. We can reach out to bigger people and do the thing on a larger scale. That's my goal. That's one of my, take this brand and truly bring some real enlightening conversations, whether it be about religion, politics, things such as what we're talking about now with Nick Cannon, whatever, man. I'm an open book. I like to talk about everything. I'm gonna take this platform, and off different behind it. So y'all make sure y'all hit that tip jar. Not just hit my cat. I'll start. But yeah, man. You get up out of here. 2 hours in, 145. Longest stream. Good to be up. Gotta sit here and build, man. At the end of the day, I think what we both can agree on, we as a community, like my boy Bobby Brown, we as a community has got to stick together and something that's not gonna stop. Reason why movement stop because leaders get murdered and get bullied. And we have to learn to stand up to it for the country. Strongest way we can build that is economic empowerment and enlightenment. Economic empowerment means 100 acres of land with some crops on it. 100 acres like Tyler Perry Studios sitting on. Need all of it. Everybody has a part to play, and that's my biggest thing. I want everybody to understand. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody can't be a minister of Farrakhan. Everybody can't be Nick Cannon. Everybody can't find your part to play in the movement. Build each other, unity. Let's make sure we put our resources together. That's the way I can put it.
Like Bobby Brown.
Simple form.
Another thing Bobby Brown said on his old Ghostbuster song. We got to take control.
You gotta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And take control, man. And take control meaning take control of your mind too. Study, man. Study to show yourself improving. All levels, man. That knowledge.
So my man, you got to read that right there. It's Tim Grover's Relentless, man. That's the mindset we got the doc right there now. You know what I mean? Relentless by Tim Grover. He was like the athletic trainer, the Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan, and a couple other athletes. He was basically breaking down the mindset you had to have to become like an elite individual, business-wise and in life, man. Get that. I highly advise this book right here.
Definitely. That's on the must read. I'm gonna start back getting in my audiobooks in this truck, bro. Truck and I be audiobooks. Start doing that through. Get that mind. That's all I got, man. Get off here. Tell to my guy by blow. Eat. Did a real quick cook up yesterday. Build another studio desk this week. Starting on it anyway. Complete rebuild on a different level. That's all I got going on. Opportunity. Likes, get all the followers.
Yeah.
Let's grow this community to something greater. I'll be doing a live cook-up sometime Saturday. I don't know. Don't hold me. But I'll be doing a live cook-up sometime Saturday, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to the live cook-up. Y'all tune in Sunday evening, 7 p.m. start. Me, my brother Murph, Bam, Keita, young lady, had to bring in a different relationship strategy stuff. Yeah, man. Another podcast now. Hey, I got to start numbering these guys too, because I want to keep numbering how many podcasts we done did, because I know all of them, man, on YouTube, and I know a couple of them on Facebook. Numbering them. I need to start numbering them. I want to make sure we stay consistent. And if my boy called me at any time and we just feel like we want to go live, we're gonna be doing that through the week, but the main show will be held on Sunday. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in, hit that live notification button, hit that tip jar. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love and light, DJ 912, boy Smiggy Smurf, Stay Dangerous Podcast.